The work week grind. 5 days of punching the clock just to put food on your table. But now it's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's time for Drink Up.
We got the Direwolves.
Direwolves.
I feel like that was all last week we talked about.
It was, but people are still talking about it. Well, I'm pissed that they're doing that. I just wanted to.
Gaming!
I want to see what other people say about it. You know what? Should, if you buy a physical copy game, should you have offline access to that game?
It was a movie. It was.
Bill!
If you like Minecraft, I think you're gonna like it. If you played Minecraft at all, probably enjoy it. There's Easter eggs and funny moments and stuff. But overall, if you're,
It looks like a colonoscopy. And you're about that age.
I'd like to imagine,
Everything else in
probably a little
between.
bit smoother,
I thought
a
you were
little
gonna
less
say you
moss.
like
So grab yourself a cold one, belly up to the bar, and tune in to Drink Up.
Happy Friday, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to Drink Up. My name's Jeff. I'm back. Joining me today, as always, Andy, Willie. How are
Yeah.
you doing today, boys?
Welcome back, Jeff.
Just absolutely wonderful.
Jeff's back. Welcome
back.
Jeff's back.
Do you want to?
Unfortunately.
Do you want to talk about your hospital stay? Or no, actually, you know what we should do? Cheers to the show, the shit show.
Yep.
Oh,
There it starts.
already.
That didn't take long, eh?
Already begun.
It's already begun. All right.
Abuse.
Here's to us. Here's to
Good
you.
boy.
Yep.
Here's to the 15 people watching.
Let's hope we get that.
Yeah.
I'm just taking her easy because I don't know what's going to happen with myself, my body.
Yeah, Jeff. Do you want to go
So-
into that? Do you want to talk about your experience at the Red Bull?
Yeah, we can talk about that. So, 2 weeks ago, I did the Red Bull 400 hill climb, and it's billed as the world's toughest race. They do it all over the world, different hills, whatnot, but it's a 400-meter hill climb, basically up a vertical mountainside. And I made it to the top of the hill, but not to the top of the ski jump because my body gave out. I collapsed, and 2 days later, I was in the hospital for 5 days. So, yeah.
Do you think
that was,
it's
Jeff got beat by a hill.
don't climb hills. It's bad for you.
a small hill,
Small hill.
very small,
Very,
hill.
yeah.
Not steep,
280
nothing important.
feet a meter. But I think it's a 1,200 foot vertical is what it is. So
Okay, well,
whatever that means.
but in the end,
Normal.
In the end, you're back. You're here.
I am back and worse than ever.
But Jeff, I do know just how you feel because when we came to visit you at the hospital, I had to climb 2 flights of stairs. And I mean,
very similar.
You know,
Yeah.
there's elevators, right?
No, because we're on. The
I
top of the
thought
parking
you were
garage.
only one level up. So I was like, stairs. And then,
Stairs are
yeah,
wrong.
it was actually 2 flights of stairs.
How
so
many smoke breaks did you need?
every step.
And then
I got winded driving up the parking garage ramp.
yeah. And then
Typical.
Jeff, you joined us on Tuesday. Obviously, we played Enshrouded.
Yep, we
It was a
played some
game.
Enshrouded. It was
fun.
all right.
Big
Something
update.
new. So we'll probably continue that series for anyone that cares to watch us terribly play some video games.
Yeah, that's
Jet
more of
diving
a
simulator.
yeah.
Tuesdays.
that's
Tuesdays
gonna be a
at
more of a
7:30.
long-winded series too because there's a lot.
Well, we can always
do
switch
that
it up.
series.
We're not committed to nothing.
We'll do
No,
it.
I'm not saying that it's got to be every time. I'm just saying that it's going to take a little while to get through all the stuff to do in there.
No, we only show them the highlights.
So
we
it'll
don't
take
do
a
the boring
couple
shit
plays.
Yeah, we'll have to do the
We'll
grind
have
on the
to,
side and exploring on the live.
for the action stuff. All right. Will, news updates for the week. What do you got? Nothing? Anything? Work? Job? Movies? TV shows?
New boyfriend.
Well, you didn't look into it while I was waiting, but I can't remember if it's called Blue Wave or Blue Ocean. That thing I was telling you about earlier. We have to do some more research into it, but apparently there is a company that is going to be funding indie game creators. I think they're trying to do like $1 million to each indie game developer that's coming out with a project to try to produce a better game.
So is it
So
because
basically, like, you know how indie creators are paying out of pocket to develop these games on Steam?
I wouldn't say all of them, but I mean, probably a good majority of them.
Yeah, so a lot of them do. So basically, the idea behind this is to
I don't know.
basically
Yeah, give
secure
them funding
funding.
so they can make
yeah.
a game. Okay.
They're gonna have like $33 million or something like that. I think it was. I looked into this a while ago, so don't quote me on any of these numbers, but I think it was something like that. And basically, somebody's gonna apply for it. They're gonna give them like $1 million grant to create this game over a certain time period, and then to help bring up the production quality of it, because the indie games are doing so much better than
That's
AAA titles right now.
exactly what I was going to
And,
bring up, because my God,
yeah,
these
and
AAA games are
they see that the
terrible.
downfall of the indie games is there's not a lot of money to invest into it. So these indie gamers or indie game creators are basically doing what they can with what they have, but they have great ideas. So they're trying to promote these better ideas.
What they really need is just marketing. I mean, really.
Well, it's not even just marketing.
No,
when
it's
you're coming
just-
out of pocket and you're trying to develop a game,
Well, yeah, if you're
you're gonna
that
be
far in,
limited.
but a lot of these indie games are already so well off that by the time they go live, the $20 market or what they're selling it at, they're easily making millions back.
Oh, they are. But what
I mean,
I'm
the
saying is
last
this is
few-
going to produce, it's going to take those really good indie games that you wish were a little bit graphically better, a little bit less wonky, and it's going
Well,
to give them the budget to improve that. I think it's a great idea. It'd be nice to see some of these indie games get some love, because a lot of them we have been playing a lot of indie games that are
Well, Enshrouded, I was gonna say,
fantastic.
is
Enshrouded
technically
is
pre-alpha.
Yep, and that's good. I mean, if you think about Among Us started as an indie game.
Sunken Land.
Sunken Land has a lot of potential, but that would be one that would really benefit from it, I think. Especially a lot of these indie games that have just a small team working on them.
Oh, and that's
So
the other
you're
thing
slow
is
to develop.
it's
It'd be nice
it's a lot
to
of
see
this,
'em-
the small 2-3 people teams.
Yep. So it takes a
you
while to
can't
get
commit.
updates and
Yeah.
advances. So it'd be nice to see them speed up a little bit of process, because there's a lot of games out there that
Mhm.
we've tried, we've played. I like them a lot, except for you play what's out there and then you're stuck waiting for 6 months to get a major update to, anything changing. So it'd be nice to see them advance a little bit faster.
Yeah, quit their day job so they can actually, make a game.
Yeah. Or even just hire help for some of the smaller stuff, coding and whatnot, to
No,
speed
speaking
up
of which,
process.
did we enjoy the initial shot?
Oh, I forgot.
I did.
All right. I'm just wondering
It
if
got
we're
a little
adding
bit
the
more.
barrel.
It got a little bit more burn than I remember.
Tastes leather.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's from the ball and gag that you had in your mouth before you got here.
Burnt leather.
It could be. Yeah.
All right. Is that a yes or no to the barrel?
I say yes.
Sure.
No. All right. Well,
Head or the barrel, whatever you want.
so speaking of games, Battlefield.
Yes.
Yep.
More
Just
news
to get
about
the-
the new
good
Battlefield.
segue.
Get-
6.
Oh, we've got to roll a dice.
No, we're
Oh,
We're
fine.
not.
we
We're
can't
not
anyway.
dice.
This week we're not going to.
We gotta get
Speaking of dice,
Pouring the stuff out.
Jeffy's in pain.
speaking of dice, Battlefield subreddit's good vibes nosedive into outrage after DICE announces there will be no class weapon restrictions in Battlefield 6. There were high hopes for this game because they were talking about going back to the old form, kind of Bad Company 2 vibes, some Battlefield 4 type stuff. And they have Infinity Ward's original creator on the team now. I know that, which made the original Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Modern Warfare 2, which were bangers. And now they're going to go back to their old ways with their classes. What do you think about this, Andy?
I'm not a fan. I'd rather have them. I don't want to see a sniper out there or a medic carrying a sniper rifle who just gets healed the entire game, or assault class with another grapple hook who can, snipe where a sniper can't get. It's dumb. The whole point is to limit them to what they can do. I get in a real world, oh, I'm going to pick up any gun, but this isn't real world. This is a game.
I see it from both angles.
You can't see angles.
I do prefer the
He
gun
likes
locked
angles.
2 class because it creates better balance in the game. However, I do see where you would go with this, where you want the player to be able to customize a class to exactly how they want to play. But it's gonna make metas. You gotta lock the guns to the class, I think, just to keep balancing and also team play more in the field.
Oh yeah, this is definitely
Um,
more for like solo players, the pro Twitch streamers who are on for 18 hours a day. Not the good team player. Let's capture an objective together. Hold hands.
One player called the news disgusting, actually. They keep on ruining everything on purpose. Mistakes to the scale of Battlefield 2042 cannot repeat itself ever. Duty as a community to supervise their work on the new game, as a subreddit
Ooh,
says. Yeah.
Well, I will say, luckily, DICE has rolled out this early access play testing, so they do have time to change.
Well, I mean,
I think that's the whole
Same
point of them
as-
doing this early stuff, is so that they can adapt. But they're also trying to
but they should
appeal
just,
to a broader
yeah,
audience.
appeal to the people that want to play it.
Well, I think what you got to do is find the line between you got to retain your original fans, but it doesn't hurt to attract new fans either because you do want to
You're going to attract
expand.
new fans if you make a good game because the word of mouth from the original fans, if they love it, say it's great, they're going to attract more and more new fans.
Well, you got a
That's
lot.
how
Of,
I got into it because Rami kept telling me it was such a great game.
oh yeah, we played it a lot. But
Play the hell out of
the
it.
problem is people who like COD don't like Battlefield. People who like
Good.
Battlefield don't like COD,
Good.
which is totally fine. They're two different games.
There's more than 1 million people out there playing.
But if you're
playing
trying to
those
bridge
games.
the gap between the two of them, you're going to lose fans on both sides. But if you can find the line where you retain your original fans plus add some more, that's why I think that's what you need to go for.
Huh. Well,
But like I said, as nice as it is to create a class that works for you, you're just going to have so much unbalanced players in a match that you got to lock the weapons so that you keep things interesting because your sniper shouldn't be able to run in close range. And
all right. Let's
Yeah.
speed it up. You're getting long-winded here. My God.
you're getting long-winded, bitch.
I mean, you're just talking for
Yeah.
the sake of talking.
So Battlefield 6 already not looking too good.
I mean, the rest of it looks
Shaping up to be
good.
too good right off the
I'm
bat.
going to play it no matter
but-
what, but definitely might drop it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the next 2 years whenever it comes
Yeah.
out.
Speaking
Who
of
knows?
dropping, anybody watch Last of Us?
No,
Oh yeah.
nobody
My
gives a
God.
shit about your shows.
Absolutely not. If I wanted to watch a show about a potato, I just throw potatoes in my fridge in the microwave. They're not in the fridge, by the way. I don't know why I said that.
And then Doctor Who.
I don't care for
No.
Doctor Who.
No.
We'll get to Doctor Who.
I was gonna say that's what I did during the week. I caught up
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, I was watching Disparew's hour-and-a-half long breakdowns of
God.
it. That's what I did to keep myself busy.
I mean, the old stuff is obviously really good, but the new stuff, I feel like there's episodes where there's hints of the Doctor, the original in there, and then they hit me in the face with like an Atlanta phone book where I was enjoying it, and then I'm like brought back to reality. Just why?
Yeah, speaking of a hard dose of reality, you guys have been following this for a little while here. Diddy trials.
Well, yeah, that's big news.
Yeah, concludes with Kid Cudi describing alleged car bombing. Wow, I didn't look into this at all.
Yeah, I know. I literally pulled this up right before we started. I was
Okay.
like, that's pretty extreme. I mean, I get he has anger issues and he wants to be the big dog in the house or whatever.
Mhm.
But I mean, a car bomb is pretty extreme.
Well, there are
What
nuts
do we-
people out there though, so I wouldn't put it past
And
that.
I suppose he's got enough money where that would be doable.
Yeah. Plus, when you have that arrogant attitude like that, and then all of a sudden you become famous, you think you're untouchable. So
Also, Kid Cudi's real name's Scott Miscudi.
Yeah, I saw that.
Miscudi? I'm assuming it's Miscudi if it's Cuddy.
Miscudi.
Miscood.
Miscudi.
He's Italian now?
Let's see what he says. He says, I knew Sean Combs was violent, said Miscudi. Adding that Ventura, his Diddy's ex-girlfriend, betting that Combs would hit her and sometimes kick her.
Yeah.
Combs' lawyer denied he had any involvement in the alleged firebombing. Where is this? What happened in the firebombing?
Yeah. Who knows?
Come on.
Partial news.
right there, Kid Cudi.
Slow news.
Torched his car, broken his home.
Okay.
I mean,
That's interesting.
the man's clearly got a method. Miscudi. That's all I'm thinking of right now.
Left
It's
the
just
courtroom drawings of people. Yeah, okay. So
read up on it. I mean,
yes,
it's just
Diddy-
obviously
allegedly car bomb Kid Cudi.
But did he do it?
vowed
did
to.
he do
No,
it?
it says right there he vowed to blow up a car
Oh, he
of the rival rapper. It's at the very bottom, last
Okay.
paragraph.
Oh, so he didn't actually do it.
I mean, but that's a pretty good threat.
That was clickbait.
Yeah. Thank you, ABC.
Well, that's why you don't use ABC.
It literally, again,
It's
it's a busy week. I was
Fake
just
news.
throwing shit up there. Anything important?
So
Let's do the boats. We got the Mexico boat.
boats. Which one's boats? Boats and hose.
Boats.
Which one's that?
The one that says Mexico near the end. One more. That one.
Mexico.
Mexican boat crashes
All
into
right,
Brooklyn
hold on. Let
Bridge.
me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Oh, you want to?
Oh, you want to get rid of that ad first?
That'll be after. We're giving them free.
Yeah,
Never
we're
see
gonna
this
free
box
ads
again.
for that.
Screw you, Guardian. The pinnacle of truth telling in the news and entertainment sphere.
I mean, I get the whole independent news and everything. Like, hey, support us. Cool, give us money.
the Guardian.
But
is
they're
independent.
spamming with ads. Not a fan.
No, the Guardian is horrible propaganda from England. Pretty sure it's England.
2 cadets died in that accident?
Really?
I thought it was 4, but it looks like only 2. Well, maybe it's 4
Well-
people total and 2 cadets.
Regardless, Mexico launched a terrorist attack against the Brooklyn Bridge last week.
The poor bridge.
America Sanchez, that's kind of ironic, and Adal Hair Maldonado Marcos died in the collision and injured 22 other crew members.
Well, the fact that
I
they're
didn't know that. I watched the
Yeah, I
video
saw
of
the
it
video.
Well, the
gliding.
video-
I
the
didn't
video's
think
on
anybody
here.
was.
well, it's the fact that they're on the sails, like 30 plus people just sitting on the sails, like waving with
Oh,
all
is
the
that what
lights and everything.
happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
love
it.
the video.
See, I thought it was engine
No.
failure, and they got.
No, well, that might be, but I mean,
A lot
So
of
if
engine
you,
failure against their bridges, it seems like.
I think the last video, I don't think that's the one.
well, I thought they drifted
after.
into the bridge
It
because
might
the
be.
engines failed. But if
watch
you knew
the
the engines
video.
failed and you're following the river, why?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, they are. fast. Hey, you wouldn't see me standing up there if we were going towards a bridge.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I didn't know the 2 people died.
I didn't either.
Well, I thought the original one said 4 people, and then there's like 20 some people injured. So maybe they brought them back. I don't know. But yeah, that's they're doing the whole wave. Hey, we're Mexico. Look at us on our
We're a
boat.
long ways from the border up in New York.
Well, it's the new border. the
There
fence
is
got
no
too
border.
tall, and now they're looking at the bridges.
That's how we got to do to keep them
Yeah,
across the
yeah,
border.
we're-
Just
we're
build
done.
bridges.
Hey, you guys built the fence here. We're coming for your bridges.
no, the fence on the southern border is getting too hard to get across, so they're sailing up to New York now. It's easier.
Taking the old ways.
Yep.
Crossing by bridge.
Oh,
So yeah,
a lot of boat wrecks lately. Hey, Andy.
yeah. I was gonna say we got this boat wreck, and then the next one, which is Norway.
Oops.
Bring that bad boy up.
Norway.
It's the very last tab there. But yeah, I was relatively surprised we get 1, 2 in a row. I mean, we had what was the one in was it the Panama, the Evergreen?
Panama.
Oh,
I mean, that was
Panama
that was
Canal.
like a year ago or something like that. But I mean, really.
all right,
Scroll
man. In
down.
Norway. Whoa.
Yeah,
Except the
that's a video.
video's gonna go by.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Man in Norway wakes up to find a huge ship has crashed into his backyard. It was so unreal. It's my Norwegian accent.
Nailed it.
That sounds
Not
like
not
Denmark
not drinking because that was
Same-
terrible.
Same people.
or Swedish.
Same people. Container ship was just a few meters from
Oh, yeah.
Johan
They-
Hellberg's home when it ran aground on Thursday.
They get a real up close, and you're like, oh, hey, that's not too bad. And then it's
Wait a-
literally like his
Let's check it
backyard.
out.
Way to flex. Like, hey, I just live on the ocean. Oh yeah, there's his house.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I think the best part.
Wow, I got a little close.
Thunderballs. I should have bought a bigger boat.
I think the best part is,
How do you sleep through that?
well, that's what I'm saying. He was sleeping during it, and people were knocking on his door. They thought he died. It wasn't only until someone called him on his phone that he answered. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" A goddamn boat in your backyard.
Not even in the backyard. It's almost at his front door.
Yeah,
I mean, that is literally. I think if it's like,
that's quite a wake up.
What do you think
Yeah,
he said when he
that's-
looked out the window? Oh, ship.
I'm not gonna say it's a giant ship, but that will easily crush his house there.
Wow.
I mean,
Talk about lucky.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
By the way, that pun I made was
I laughed.
fantastic. Yes, I need one.
Let's see. Do they see what happened at all?
Yes. That's what yes means.
This is my boat now.
Fine, there's keepers. It's on my property.
Let's. Do they say what happened?
I don't know if they said what happened, but it was just another boat crash. So I mean, 2 for 2. So we gotta expect a third one because obviously, bad
Bro,
news
they
is
couldn't
three.
aim.
They
They
going
could
three.
not have aimed that shipwreck any better.
Yeah, they could have.
No,
That's-
look at the picture. There's not a house
That's Norwegian
for
engineering.
a while. And he just lands exactly where the house is.
So you're saying it's an inside job?
Oh yeah,
Caused the
obviously.
incident. We do not know what caused the incident and are waiting conclusion of the ongoing investigation by the relevant authorities.
Bush was probably involved.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bush definitely did something. Had something to do with it.
Got him.
Speaking of boats, Uncle Boom has a boat for sale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a boat for sale.
Yeah,
Check
go-
out
go
Facebook
buy a boat,
Marketplace if you're in the
Facebook
area.
Marketplace. Yeah.
Both for sale.
It's awfully cheap. Comes with a bunch of shit.
Maybe even a fishing rod.
Oh, there's multiple rods
I'll bet you there is.
and tackle boxes and other shenanigans.
Let's not talk about our rods. Get this family
You're a
friendly.
rod.
Boobs.
All right. Fuck. What else we got? Eurovision.
Ugh. All right.
Obviously, I told everyone to keep everyone up to date on Eurovision.
You did.
They
Andy's
Did not
been
stay up to
balls
date on
deep
it.
in the Eurovision, so we'll watch or talk about some more Eurovision.
good thing it's the last time we'll talk about it.
We'll
But
see.
so it's the finale happened the 69th. Nice.
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 Eurovision. Austria won, which is obviously that guy right there.
Oh man,
And let me tell
I was
you,
gonna say something, but I'll hold back.
it was not a good song. In typical Eurovision fashion, they chose like probably one of the worst songs out of everybody. They had
Available in your country.
yeah, typical, and that's how it was when I was trying to actually watch it. They're like, "No, you can't watch it here." I'm like, "Well, that's
You know what helped with
stupid.
that? A VPN. This episode is brought to you by Express.
Yeah. We're not sponsored yet. We're not sponsored yet.
Sponsored by us.
They
But
can
no.
wait.
So yeah, if you guys want to watch it on your own, I highly do not recommend it. It's a terrible
My
fucking song.
God.
It is.
Austria, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie. It's a good voice, but it's an opera voice. So it's opera. Not for everybody. Not for me. Terrible song.
Well,
But he's got a voice.
Europe, the Europeans aren't really known for their
But the other thing
taste.
is, this was, I mean, a last minute win. Like they literally counted these votes last minute. The supposed winner was Israel, which had a more sing along song, but everyone is anti-Israel right now.
Yeah, apparently it's cool to be anti-Semitic these days.
So yeah, so there's in typical Eurovision fashion, another conspiracy going on for you conspiracy theorists.
Yeah,
And then there's obviously the final.
oh, Austria.
Yeah, again,
G'day,
last
mate.
minute.
Let's get another shrimp on the barbie.
Israel.
That was the worst Australian accent I've ever
It
heard.
wasn't an Australian accent.
No, go
it
back
was
up there.
copying Dumb
Scroll,
and Dumber.
scroll. So Austria song's terrible. Israel song's a little bit better, in my opinion. Again, Estonia should have won. What a fucking song. The only problem is Estonia was almost kicked off because the Italians thought it was an Italian song,
Oh, boy.
and it wasn't Italian enough for them.
Boy, you were
Sweden,
saying that I was talking just to talk.
Sweden, fantastic song.
God damn.
Look up Sweden song.
It's called filler.
Yeah,
I suppose.
but this is big news for our European fans.
What European fans?
They're all out there. You'll see. But yeah, Sweden song.
You
We don't
get
have
where
any
you at.
local fans.
Watch the Estonia song and Sweden song. Those should have been the winners. And then the rest is history. Conspiracy theory. Last year, Eust Klein, Euro Papa should have won, but obviously got disqualified before they even, Eurovision being Eurovision. Conspiracy. And obviously anti-Semitic. But that brings us into the next topic.
Wow, that
Yeah,
subject
speaking
made me
of-
want to take a nap.
You should just drank until you enjoyed it.
Speaking of Israel, where'd it go? There it is.
Oh,
So now there's psychopath on the loose. Well, not on the loose anymore, but killed some
to Israeli embassy.
embassy. That's what it was. Israeli embassy, and he did it for Palestine. I did it for Gaza, which
He did it for the
Palestine
cookie.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping because they had an update. This is an older, I wouldn't say an older post, but they have an actual picture of him.
Or Nucky.
And like a typical nerd, he's a nerd. I mean, he looks like one of those people who's like, man, he spends too much time on the news.
Like us.
I wouldn't even say we spend too much time on the news. This is literally maybe 5 minutes of work before the show starts. That's why we call it the last minute news.
Last minute slow news day. Yeah, the whatever special. Elias Rodriguez shot to free Palestine. He was led away to his arrest. So, well,
Yeah. I mean, it's just,
that's just too bad.
I mean, he
Look
killed
at
two
them.
people.
Very
Obviously,
happy.
there they are.
They plan to be
Lovely.
engaged.
Lovely couple.
Man,
Yeah. I mean, really.
it's rough. Suspect declared that he did it. Well, that should be a
Well, yeah, well, it's
Close-
kind of hard.
close cut and dry shutter down case.
Yeah,
That was depressing.
I know. Well,
Yeah, that's I really
Man,
we took a
but
kind of a
that,
turn
that
in
all
the
ti-
opposite
it
direction
all
where we
ties
should be
together.
going.
It's like a circle.
it ties together. You're right. Speaking of Israel and all that stuff,
Are we going back to the Doctor Who?
Israel and the Jewish community is going to be rocked because they're going to stop making the U.S. penny.
Allegedly. I mean, that'll save.
It costs 2 cents for every penny they make.
Yeah, but that's the other thing is now we got to start hoarding pennies. Everyone's gonna have jars and jars of pennies and be like,
Yep.
hey, this will be worth maybe 3 cents.
This'll be
in
worth a
15
billion.
minutes.
I already use pennies as washers because it's cheaper than buying washers.
You're right. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people even use them in old electrical panels.
Yeah.
It's a cheap get around from buying a new bus fuse.
Well, yeah, it's like 10 cents for a washer, or I can just drill a hole in a penny.
Right.
I mean, obviously, it's not a good washer for everything, but
No, but I mean, really, you're saving money
yeah, because copper is.
as is
Soft.
tradition.
They don't
than-
use copper and pennies anymore.
Well, I
It's
know it's
zinc.
mostly zinc,
Zinc,
Mostly zinc,
nickel.
but
it's
zinc
like-
is also softer than your average washer steel. But
Mhm.
Well, what are we
if
saying?
it's just something that you're just trying to space out, man, you're saving.
Well,
You
I
can
mean,
get
pennies, just get rid of it. 5-cent
Yeah.
increments.
well, again, but does that lead to inflation? Are we talking
We're
like,
already
hey,
in
we'll
inflation.
never hit a penny again?
Well, if it costs more to
We
make
got
a
rid of
penny than it's worth, you may as well.
Again, what does that show?
Yeah, but you kind of have to because when you're
What
evening
does it
up
show?
change. I mean, I'd say just I don't give a shit about the penny, but in realistics,
No, there's a lot of places that don't use pennies anymore.
So, but again, some
1
places,
cent.
Michigan sales tax 6%. Are we going to get odd numbers? Are they have to increase that to 10% so we can get a 5-digit number on there now?
Maybe some finagling.
There's going to be some,
But the penny versus online payments, it'll be different too, or who knows?
yeah. Maybe we'll have a digital penny where we get a different tax bracket for that.
As long
well,
as
I
it
don't think they're
can't-
gonna.
as long
There's
as
still
it-
gonna be currency. There's like how many billion pennies out there?
Yeah,
in
it's still going to be in currency. They're just not going to
circulation.
They're not
so-
taking out of
they're not
circulation.
making
They're
it.
just not making them anymore.
yeah.
So you're saying they should probably go back.
I mean,
Start
if there's
burning.
if there's ever a penny shortage, maybe they'll start making them again. But
Mhm. Let's check on the chat quick before we get too deep into this. We got Nagarnal. It's good, boys.
How's it going?
oh
Hey,
yeah, I was going.
yeah,
I
you
was
were
wondering
at-
where it was at.
Hey guys.
You perhaps?
Wiggly Mufasa.
Wiggly
Hi
Mufasa.
guys. And Nagarnal
Check it in.
says, "Sorry, I'm late. Finally recorded my first video and trailer reaction. Oh, nice. Let's go check that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Everybody
go
watch
check
it.
out
Check it out.
Nagarnal's video
Look it up right now.
when he
We,
drops.
we
it.
got free time. It's a slow day.
Should we just put it up on?
Yeah.
Let's just put it up
Throw
on
it
our
up there
screen.
now. Hey,
gonna watch
this is
Nagarnal's
Nagarnal. Just
Video on ours.
Yeah, we're gonna
bring
we're
back the dislike
we're gonna
button.
Hassan this and just press play and walk out the
Yeah.
door.
Yep.
What are we doing? We found the dislike button. Just
Just another dirty Ooper. How do you pay the low end whores if we lose the penny?
exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
very
Inflation.
good observation.
It's
sir.
gonna have to be nickels now.
Start chucking nickels at him.
I
Yeah.
can't believe people get paid for that. I just do it for free.
Get hit with pennies or
I'm not even gonna ask. All right,
worth it?
back to the story.
Yeah. Back to our agenda.
All right, the
Scheduled.
Treasury says a halting production of the pennies will save $85 million. A modest amount compared to the 6.8 trillion the government spent in 2024. But another step in fiscal belt tightening. Okay.
How do you spend 85 million on pennies?
because it's 2 cents for every 1 cent.
I know.
they
but
only made
still.
42.5 million pennies.
So you had to make 42.5 million pennies.
Oh no, more than that. That's $1 billion. So even more. Okay, whatever.
But
Math's not
again, I
working
think
right
that
now.
also leads into the cashless environment that we're getting set up for in the near future.
Big old cashless would be the stupidest thing they could possibly do.
Exactly.
The sun
but
could burp
it could.
and we're screwed.
It sure could.
18 back to the.
But
late
you know
1800s.
what? If you owe money to the government or you owe taxes for anything, guess what? They can cancel your card. They can just take it right out of your account.
And
Just
that's
be
why
like,
cash
boom,
is king.
Cash
And
is
anybody,
king.
and I think any place that doesn't accept cash should be held liable because cash is legal tender.
And there are plenty of places who don't do that, and I
Exactly.
find them very annoying.
Yep. No, I don't want a paper trail.
I take out money specifically to pay cash,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Hey, only card." I'm like, "What am I doing with all this paper here?"
Like any concerts,
Yeah,
sporting events, stuff like
exactly.
that. It's miserable.
I
But they
get
do have those like reverse ATMs, which are annoying. But for something like that, they're nice. Like at in Green Bay, that concert venue. You put
Yeah,
you put
oh.
your cash into the vending machine. It gives you a little credit card. It has all your There's all that
Again,
money
though,
on it.
but they can have the that fake money. You go to a strip club, hey, I need $100, and they give you like only good at this location.
Really,
kind
I
of
haven't
money.
seen
Oh
that.
yeah,
I don't frequent.
No,
strip
see,
clubs
they're
that
just gonna
much.
put the credit card swiper right
yeah.
right
well,
in there, so that way
that's
when they walk
possible.
by, you just go.
I mean, that's possible. But there are places who it's only kind of like
It's only good at
Menards.
the Pink Pony
It's
Club.
Menards. You get the Menards cash.
That's the
You're saving.
biggest.
You're saving money, yes, but you can only use it at Menards.
That is the
Yep.
biggest rug pull I've ever seen in the entire world. Like, 13% cash back.
11.
Menards cash.
Yep, only used there.
Well, sometimes
Again,
they do 13.
so there's a lot of places that could start doing that, and then you know what? You're running around
yeah,
pockets full of that useless Monopoly money.
and they're going to make the money regardless.
Oh, yeah,
Whether you
either way,
use a
because
Menards cash or not.
on top
Chances
of
are
a
you're not
3.5
going back if you don't live anywhere near one.
on top of a 3.5% or plus charge to
Yeah.
your card every time you swipe it. Oh boy,
Mhm.
someone's making money,
It's all about the money.
and that ties back into our previous conversations. Someone making
Well,
that money.
a lot of it's credit card money or a company because they're making interest on you swiping that card. Plus, they're making 3% by charging the establishment that you paid for it at. So it's
Yeah,
all
it's-
they're making money hand over fist.
Yeah, it's my money, and I need it now.
Yeah. I can't remember how many trillions of dollars the United States citizens are in debt, like credit card debt. It is unbelievable.
Well, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that they keep letting them, hey, let me just transfer this debt to a new card.
Yeah, I tried
Cool.
doing that.
Well,
Cool.
that's because
'Cause they
that's their
have-
plan. The credit card company wants to keep you in that debt
Oh,
loop
yeah.
where you just keep handing them money.
And then we get into slavery.
Hmm. Yeah, indentured slavery.
Well, it's not.
slavery.
I was gonna say it's not
Yeah.
slavery. It's
Indentured servitude.
Yeah,
a
it's-
company
it's just like-
slash corporation bought
Yeah.
your debt, and you have to work for
Mhm.
them now.
I owe my soul to the company
Yeah.
store.
Well, it's like I have Capital One. I have 2 credit cards through Capital One, and one of them I had a big refund on from my Turkey trip. I didn't
Yep.
get to go on, and I had like $2,000 over what my
Limit was
negative $2,000 credit. I'm like, okay. So I
okay.
was gonna try to use it to pay off my other card. It says no, you cannot transfer balances between 2 Capital One credit cards.
classic.
Yeah,
Even though it's the same company.
exactly. And that would have been. I mean, I can pay my cards off, but I mean, it would have been nice just to have everything back to zero.
Grab that tinfoil. We're getting deep.
Yeah. I didn't bring my hat. I have to-
Oh, I got
Pick those
plenty.
out
Of,
one of
I got
these
plenty of
days.
tinfoil here. We can make new hats.
It'll take 10 minutes.
They're watching. I'm surprised we don't have a warning right now saying, "Hey, you're getting too deep into this."
Hey, you're getting too deep.
We're gonna hear a knock at the door very
Yeah.
shortly. It's
All
gonna be
right.
big credit card
Let's
company.
see. Specifically, the Treasury Department estimates that producing the Abraham Lincoln fronted coin now costs 3.69 cents.
Wow.
Holy
apiece.
shit!
Not 2 cents, up 20% from 2024.
Is that just? I'm assuming obviously copper price went up and everything,
But
but
it's not
employee. Well, it's employees, overtime, retirement,
Yeah, it's all your.
How hard is it to press a button and let a machine go burr?
AI.
That's all they do.
We'll move to AI.
Well, because they're always
Yeah, but
But that's the other
between the
thing.
cost of materials and the machines used to make it, probably cost.
Shipping
Oh,
and
U.S.
handling.
Mint anticipates halting productions will save. Oh, I thought I was going to say how much it costs.
Again, shipping and handling.
Yeah.
It's hiring the people to do that. It's
Right there. Up until 1982, pennies were mostly made of copper. Because of rising costs, the coins are now made of zinc with copper plating. Okay, so it does
Mhm.
have
Yeah,
copper.
it's
in
all
it.
copper plated though. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
minuscule.
Huh.
We'll have
Interesting.
gold pennies soon.
Yeah, the way it's going. Actually, gold's hitting high right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's probably cheaper than copper eventually.
Yeah, there are 114 billion pennies in circulation,
According to who?
according to the people that made them.
I
Yeah.
imagine the U.S. Mint.
But again, how many times do you have a penny in your pocket and you're like, this one's all like covered up with shit, and you're like, it's not worth anything. You throw it in the trash.
Never. I save all my pennies.
I've
Really?
never
I pick
thrown
them
a
up off
penny
the
away.
ground. Only if their heads up. Though.
Shit.
Now, if
their
I
head's
drop it
down,
on
I
the
flip it to
ground,
the next guy.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to waste my time bending over to pick it up. But I've never and just grabbed a penny and was like, oh, fuck it, and threw it in the
You should
garbage.
see the pennies I find
I'll
metal
say-
detecting.
Well,
Unbelievable.
yeah, there's some good pennies out there.
I
but
used
I'm
to
saying-
have
Yeah,
a hate
There's some
penny.
shitty sticky ones. I've
Yeah.
had plenty stuck to things. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna even
Well,
bother with that.
Yeah.
Stop spraying goo on them, bud.
It's called
He's a big fan of Abe Lincoln.
yeah.
I'm supplementing
He's
my
Abe Lincoln's
income.
biggest fan.
Supplementing my income. That's all.
Yeah, so the penny going out of production. Let us know what anyone thinks about that or their own thoughts on it. Thunderball says if you get paid in pennies, you would be heavy.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Very, very
What's his
nice
face?
observation.
Bert
Thunderballs.
Kreischer. The comedian Bert Kreischer. He did whatever show because we were watching Tom Segura
I was
special.
just gonna say
The Tom
yep.
Segura special, but it popped up obviously, algorithms. But he was talking about he's like, hey, I talked to my assistant. I need 10,000 pennies. And Tom Segura's like, okay. He's like, yeah, I thought I was spreading like millions of dollars across the town. He's like, no, you spent like $100, $10. He's like, that's all he said. He's like, I'd like to run around and throw some pennies at people. I'm like, thinking it was big money. It's good for him though. Hilarious.
Yeah. Speaking of that Tom Segura show,
Yeah, did you finally watch it?
I did. Bad Thoughts on Netflix. If you have kids, don't watch it with them.
No, absolutely
at
not.
all. It is purely an adult.
I watched a
type
couple
show.
episodes of
I've
it.
watched it
Wow, is it bad? But like funny, but
2
bad.
times. 2 times now.
Whoa,
They
is
cross
it
that
good.
line. You're like, wow, that's
Yep.
creepy. And then they bring it back, and you're like, that's
and then
even
they keep
funnier.
crossing the line. AFH4.
Yeah. Which is I can see them definitely because Netflix bought it that they're gonna do a second season. I just hope he keeps it funny. Because a lot of those shows are like, hey, I have all these great ideas for like 20 plus years. And now it's like, hey, we want a second season. And you're like, fuck, I ran out of ideas. Like
Right.
I put it all in season 1.
That was this show.
I
This
have-
show
That's
right
what I'm
here.
saying.
We ran out of ideas after episode
This
1.
is this one.
We just
We
talked
did
about
one
what we do here.
episode.
No, one of these days we're gonna start the stream after pre-gaming for like an hour and a half. Just see what happens.
what are you doing?
Oh, we'll
here?
do
I
a
don't
blitz
know.
run.
No audio,
Blitz
nothing. We'll
run.
just be like, hey, we're done.
It'll be like the Kessler run only.
Kessler run.
It'll be
Oh,
the
yeah.
Kessler run.
Kessler run. Ooh.
Ooh, boy.
We got Sophie. We got Sophie in
Oh,
the
she's
chat.
back here.
Hey, hail boys. What do you mean you don't have digital? I lived of that in Cuzco.
Today, Junior.
Well, we don't prefer to use digital currencies. We prefer to use cold hard cash.
Yeah.
It is the preferred method.
And I'm supposed to be from the third world country. She's
Yeah.
Got him.
I like the way money feels in my hands. Also, I can keep track of how much I'm spending. It's a lot easier to keep track of bills flying out of my pocket than me just swiping a card.
I also don't like spending 3.5% or whatever at a ATM to get cash or at the bar, restaurant, whatever establishment
Mhm.
on top of what I'm already paying.
No.
Because every place is doing that now.
Yeah, it's
If you know what, if they charge me $20 is $20 cash, not $21.50.
what are you doing? Step, bro.
What are you doing, Step Jeff?
Yeah. Sorry, Sophie.
You've been outruled.
My name is Jeff.
I'm glad I can barely hear it out of the headphones over there too. Quick Trip has free ATMs.
They do unless your bank charges you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your bank sometimes
I don't
still has
I don't use
fees.
ATMs. Those are a pain in the ass. Half the time I don't even remember my PIN code.
What's that?
The ATMs half the time I don't remember my PIN.
I hate when
No,
I
I'm good.
punch in my pin 30 times. I'm like, I know I'm putting my pin in right. And then I must have pushed the wrong button because like the
And then it
35
stuck your card all the way in. You
Yeah.
don't get it back.
Yep.
So yeah, Penny's gone.
All right.
That's all right.
Next topic. If
Next
you guys are bored,
topic.
you guys can send us some news we can look up, or forcibly make Jeff look up.
Well, you want to do more depressing news or
Not really.
Well, we're
I
already on a
usually like to be happy.
No.
no,
not
we're on a
depressed.
downward.
I don't want to
spiral
talk
already.
about that.
Well, that ties into everything else, though.
Why?
We just had the 2 Israeli people.
Boy, we
murdered.
picked some topics today.
I don't
eh?
want to be talking about this too much, man.
I don't
Damn.
either.
We talk about
That's what I'm
happy stuff in
saying.
America.
It's supposed to be Friday. We're supposed to be in a
So,
good
okay,
mood.
I'll share it.
Yeah, just share it. Just share it.
Okay.
I mean, it ties in with our.
Andy's gonna want to talk about this
Yeah,
all
Andrew's
afternoon.
a
He
sick
can't
son
wait.
of a bitch.
All right, Andy, I'll let you take the reins on this.
What do you mean take the reins? This happened like 2 hours ago.
Oh, I thought you did all your research. in
No,
there.
I literally pulled it up right. I told you this is a last minute shit show.
Oh, at least 12 people injured in Hamburg train station stabbing.
Suspect in custody.
Authorities.
So according to the article, obviously 12 people injured.
39-year-old woman.
Yeah,
That's different.
but
That sounds
the,
about right.
The thing is, they said it's going to be like a mental distress or something she was under, and they're not blaming terrorism or another Hamas related attack.
Kind of terrorist.
Mental distress. So like she just
She's nuts. Loaded up on
Yeah.
SSRIs.
But again, I'm saying I'm waiting for the. They have no pictures. They have no other news. But I guarantee someone's gonna pull out a video and be like, "Hey, she was like pro whatever."
imagine being like
mental distress.
They're-
No
they're
evidence
just
the
waiting.
woman.
imagine just being stressed out or anxious and you're just like, I'm gonna stab 12 people. That seems right.
You know, I thought about doing that to you many times.
That's fair.
But that's one, not 12.
It's also
I mean, if there was
understandable.
if there was 12,
What if I
Wills-
stabbed him on 12 different occasions?
Yeah.
If I could stab me, I would.
If there were 12 of him, absolutely not. I think we'd be in a crisis.
Willie, this one might be for you, kind of off topic, but I saw in the chats or comments here. Wiggly Mufasa says, shave the stash.
No.
There's
Wow.
your answer,
Creepy.
Wiggly.
Very creepy.
No.
Absolutely not. This is my weekend moneymaker. It's made me
As
$0 so far, but I'm hoping. I have high hopes.
As in, he owns a van with no windows and drives around and sells candy to kids.
I don't sell it. It's free. It says free candy right
Exactly.
across the
But
side.
they throw the pennies at him.
Polizei. Polizei. Okay.
So
Well,
again,
all right. Cool. People stabbing each other and Hamburg.
ties in everything we talked about.
yeah.
Get your tinfoil hats on.
Also, if I shave the mustache, I look like I'm 12 years old.
I guarantee there's an update that comes later that says she wasn't mentally disturbed. She was just, yelling something.
She was just stressed out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or she's like, hey, that Israeli killing got me going.
Yeah, it was like Sophie says, her doctor said the heart problem might be stress. Eye roll. Maybe stabby will cure it.
Oh, maybe.
Well,
It could.
try to get a hold of a woman in Hamburg. Maybe she'll give you some tips.
But
pointers.
on the bright side, imagine her with a gun. Probably would have shot maybe 2 people.
Or none at all. Because
Or none at all because she's under distress.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
you can't aim. You can't do anything. It's,
It's probably isn't one in the chamber.
more dangerous.
Yep.
Well, she was under distress and still managed to stab 12 people. So, I mean,
But that's
It's
what I'm
not
saying.
hard to
It's-
just start swinging around with
Yeah.
a knife.
yeah, I suppose.
Kind of.
And the gut and the knife doesn't need a reload or anything. So
No.
you're free.
Yeah.
That's free
Speaking
range.
of bladed weapons, such as
Ooh.
being
Oh,
stabbed,
boy.
Doctor Who star Cutie Gatwa axed from the series. It's
Shooty.
Cutie.
Shooty.
After recently upsetting BBC bosses.
Hold up.
No, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, he's very, very English. Very English new Doctor Who.
He was also supposed to host the British vote at Eurovision.
That's
Ties
right.
all together, and then he canceled last minute. So
Because allegedly
because he
of
got
Israel.
fired.
No, because of Israel allegedly.
he also got fired.
And he got fired.
This is proof.
Yep.
But again, as I was saying at the beginning, I mean, there were hints of the original Doctor in the show, but then you get slammed in the face with the message. And I was like, I just don't care anymore.
Oh, hold on. We got Corn Boy.
Oh boy.
Poor boy.
Corn Boy. Give him a thumbs up. He says, oh no. Anyway.
Yeah. It, literally. New news.
We're probably like the 8th person to talk about this today. 8th channel to talk about this today. But
probably the 15th millionth this week. I mean, really, we're last minute.
yep.
There
that's
are a
fine
lot
with me.
of Doctor Who fans out there. I've never watched any Doctor Who.
It's good.
Yeah.
Up until the what's her name? Up until the end of Capaldi. I think
Uh,
Capaldi was pretty rocky because the writing wasn't that great.
wow.
Really?
Maybe that guy.
My bad.
Jeez.
No, but yeah,
Yeah,
if you like cheesy sci-fi stuff, definitely watch Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm. You can start with the originals back in the was it 60s?
I don't know. It's black and white. I didn't go that far back. I started with I think the 11th one.
What's the
And
thing
they
that he rides around on
revamped it.
called? The tartar sauce?
TARDIS.
TARDIS.
It's a
Time
police
and
box.
relevant
Tartar
di-
sauce.
dimension
Tartar.
in space.
We're going to ride
Time
around my
relevant to
tartar
dimension in
sauce.
space.
Would you like some fish and tartar
But
sauce?
also, I mean, Ncuti Gatwa himself plays a fantastic gay character. But let me tell
Wow, he
you,
doesn't have
does
to
not
play gay.
belong in Doctor.
He doesn't have to play gay.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. I mean, it's a gay character doesn't belong in Doctor
No,
Who.
the doctor isn't. Yeah, he's not gay.
But in Sex Ed, that's
There you go.
also on
Yep,
Netflix.
he was in
That's-
Sex Education and Barbie.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Barbie, I thought was minuscule.
Mhm.
Sex Ed was a good show, and then they started increasing his screen time. And I was like, that's getting a little extreme for me.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You
That's
gotta
okay.
you gotta
You gotta
stay
watch it,
indoors
man.
one time. Stay indoors,
He-
watch a show.
He doesn't go out much.
I know that's
Yeah.
the other problem.
All I do
He
is
stays
work.
indoors, but doesn't go outside either. Doesn't do much while he's inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Sleep
Russell T
mostly.
Davies has completely come back and just tanked this show.
Yeah, which is, I mean,
Yeah,
it
the
sucks.
revival in the early 2000s was fantastic. I started watching the originals.
After obviously watching everything.
I was
yeah.
like, you know what? Well, I'm on my second round of watching the New Who.
New Who? Boo Hoo?
That's- Yeah, New Who.
Speaking of which, not New Who, but Yoo-hoo. Kanye's got another new song.
Oh God.
I mean, I know we reported on last week, but it's another new song.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's wonderful.
I haven't
I can
heard
agree
it.
with that,
I have not
Sophie.
heard it, but I mean, it's already
What did Sophie say?
She said Captain Jack was super gay, but an awesome character.
Yeah,
and a fan favorite.
exactly.
Yeah, because
And
he
then
maybe gay or not doesn't matter. Good actor, played the role.
Well, also good writing.
charismatic, and
Good-
good writing.
good
With Russell
writing.
T Davies and
I mean, good enough where he
Can't
got a
remember the other guy's
spin-off
name.
show. Wasn't that not Torch? Was
Torchwood.
it Torchwood?
It was Torchwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was more of a R-rated
Yeah.
Doctor Who. 'Cause there's a lot of blood and gore.
So it's still enjoyable, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not as toned up as they're making it to be.
Yeah, no. So yeah, no. I think every episode so far this new season has just been the worst. And every
They-
episode is the newest low rating.
They've alienated pretty much every Doctor Who fan.
Yep.
And I mean, there again, hints. I think they had one episode where it's like he was getting a haircut. It's about a barber.
Oh god, that was horrible.
It was a terrible episode, but I mean, I could see hints of it where it's like, oh, he has to tell a story. I'm like, he's
Yeah,
got
it-
plenty of stories.
Yeah, and what does he
But then-
tell? He tells a story of that nurse. or
Well,
that
well, he
his
tells
companion.
a story about him being black and how he's finally accepted getting a haircut with other blacks. And I'm like,
in Africa.
why?
Yeah, and then the chick, where his companion goes out, and she has a completely different experience on the
Yeah.
streets of
Yeah, it
Rwanda,
just-
where
it
the hell
just-
it is.
Just terrible, terrible writing.
Yeah, bad writing. They're writing it for their quote unquote modern audience. All
It's-
fives and tens of them.
Yep, they
So,
did it.
Yep.
Why do you have the barrel upside down,
R.I.P..
Andrew?
That's the way I did it. It just is what it is.
It's upside down, whichever way you look at it, or right side up.
Yeah, if you
No,
want
it's
to go
not
that way.
because really, how are you going to get the liquid out of it the other way?
You don't want to get it out.
What do you
right now.
mean?
Well, I know you don't, but
You put it this way, and then you can still pour it.
bitch, how are you going to get the stuff off the
Oh,
bottom?
reading.
When we fill it, it'll be fine.
If you
You'll
build
get
it,
the
they will
top.
come.
If you see this, we're
I
getting
feel
there.
like I shouldn't have to explain how gravity works. To
I'm
you.
getting the new what is this? Cedar, oak, pine, new cask flavor on
You're
it.
just going to name every type of wood and hope you get the right one.
Yeah,
it's,
it's gonna be the new
it's made out of either cedar, oak, pine,
vintage-
balsam.
it's a vintage teak wood.
vintage. It's a barrel.
South African rubber tree.
But yeah, so that's what else we gotta talk about?
South African bubble.
Whatever
gum
you
tree.
want.
Yeah, talk about whatever we want. Willie, you're up.
Shit.
And that's why you're not getting paid.
Hey, you guys are getting paid?
Well, yeah,
I wish.
obviously this is a huge, high cost podcast we got going on here.
Very.
Production heavy.
Oh, good
Very
God.
production.
We're gonna have to kill the interns.
I will say one thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but I watched a video of somebody talking about vehicles that are in Europe and not in the US, which usually
How about vehicles that are in South America and not in North America? The Hilux.
the Hilux.
And
this is another one.
many
Peru.
Dude, this is a Toyota.
Unbelievable.
It's another Toyota. It's
Okay.
based off, it's like the brand new
I'll pull it up.
it almost looks like the brand new Land Cruiser, but it has a truck bed on it and it has straight axles in it, and it's like an off-road machine. It's probably gonna be the next Hilux.
But that's impossible. The Hilux
Yeah,
is
the Hilux.
indestructible.
Hilux, yeah.
That'll
I
never
mean,
go
You
anywhere.
can literally
The
throw it in
Hilux is the
ocean for a
Hilux.
month and
The
it'll-
Hilux is a Hilux. But
Look up
it-
Toyota trucks not
does-
sold in
No,
US.
that's a Hilux.
does it have a flatbed?
European Hilux. That's all it says is Hilux.
No, there's
Hilux GR Sport in Europe in
it
2022.
wasn't a Hilux.
But does it have but you're saying the new one has a flatbed?
Yeah,
not-
it almost looks like a military truck, and it's based on it. Have you seen the new Toyota Land Cruiser?
No, I don't keep up to date with
No.
vehicles.
Oh, you guys suck, man.
Is it this thing?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, Toyota is announcing that they are trying to build a cheaper truck. I do know that one.
Oh,
God
wait.
damn it.
I think I just saw it.
Oh boy.
No, it's not a small truck. It's like a full size.
Well, they got
Then I have no idea because
Almost.
this is the
It's
only.
like the size of a Hilux.
well,
That's the only. This is the only other thing that pops up is the new Hilux.
yeah.
What's
And
the new
which-
Hilux look like?
$38,000 or
But it-
38,000
That's not
euro.
gonna be in the US, is it?
No.
I didn't think so. I mean, that thing's well, the older
That
ones
is a
are
good looking
unkillable.
truck, though. But yeah, those are just like the old
Well-
Toyota T100s or T50s.
Yeah, but they're unkillable.
I know.
And that's the way it should be.
We don't get.
Again, I'm the yeah.
We don't get shit.
Yeah, let's see. Sophie says ABF would put in all the cars that weren't in the USA and Cusco. Yeah,
Let me see
I
if can
mean, it
find
was
this
every
quick.
third vehicle was a Hilux.
Well, it's also gas emissions, less regulated,
Yeah.
more freedom. I'm not gonna say
here's
the US
the
isn't
brand
free, but
new-
there's some
Whoops.
unfree
Nope,
things.
don't want to do that. Hit the wrong button. Old boy. Sorry, I'm new at this.
First week back. Oh God.
Yep, first week back. It's been a while. The new Toyota Hilux.
I mean, that's
I'm not sure how it looks too shiny
it's
for a Hilux.
very. I feel it's
It is a little
updated
shiny for
motorized.
Hilux, but I think
when
that
I
is
think of
with
Hilux,
time.
I think of like early 2000s, late 90s, little rusty, but engine has 300,000 miles, been underwater for
Yeah.
3 years, but still runs like
Still
an
runs,
absolute
still
top.
starts up like nothing happened. The Top Gear special, fantastic.
Yep.
Ever since that episode, I was like, that's a vehicle I want.
Yeah.
And then when I was overseas, drove one around. Again, unkillable. I
Mhm.
tested it myself.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Cornboy says he bought a Maverick last year. He hopes it lasts a long time. I rode in that in Orlando. That was actually pretty nice little vehicle.
Well, the weather
got-
down there. I mean,
Yeah. Well, he doesn't live in Florida. I
but
don't
either
think he
way,
lives in Florida. Wait,
Does
Cornboy,
he?
do you live in
Does he?
Florida? I
Corn
can't
Boy,
remember.
the name Corn, Nebraska.
Yeah. No,
He's
it's
a
actually. I mean, where's that a stoplight? We're like, hey,
Husker.
show us what it got. Just put you back in the seat. We're like, holy shit.
This is it. This is the idea.
Yeah. It was yeah, no. Yeah. We drove around looking for we wanted a Waffle House at 2:00 in the morning.
Well, obviously, the place to be,
Yep.
2 a.m. anywhere. is
Can't find a Waffle House down there that's open in Orlando. Well, they're open, but for takeout only.
Oh, well,
High
that's,
crime.
That's
High
COVID.
crime. Ah, Texas boy. Corn boy. That's what it
Ah,
was. Sorry about that. I forgot.
nowhere near Nebraska.
Uh,
is where I was leading to.
Nebraska. Well, you
The
know, corn.
He's there for corn. Nebraska's the place to be.
Let me.
God dang, I wish I could figure out what this truck was. It was
Let me forward this.
nice.
Ooh, what is that?
That's a brand new ad. That's what that is.
Yeah. Sophie sent me a video.
Oh boy.
You know what I don't understand about the Ford Maverick though is it was a car, and now it's a pickup. I don't know what Ford has with taking
Maverick
names
was a
from other
car?
things. Yes, back in the day, the Ford Maverick was a car.
That sounds familiar.
Just like how they have the Ford Mustang, and it's a crossover SUV.
Mm.
It's
Really?
technically the Mach E, yeah, but they took the
when did that
Mustang
come
name
out?
from the muscle car and made an electric SUV.
When was that though? That's got to be new.
They've been doing that for years. The Mach E came out.
Oh
That was
boy.
a long
while
time
ago,
ago.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Welcome to Cara.
Cara.
So I kind of
Keep
just
going on that.
I-
yeah,
I-
you're
I-
doing
Yeah,
good.
just send it. Jeff's over here.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I'm
News.
trying to-
I don't like that. I don't like when you
I need
take
news.
No,
I
keep
don't like
talking
when
about
you
your
take a
cars.
name from something that's been established, like the Mustang, and all you're trying to do is sell a different, shittier product
like Star Wars.
by slapping the Mustang name on.
That
it.
sounds
hate
like
that.
every
Like Star
new
Wars?
movie that's come out recently. I mean, I'm not, yelling or dogging Ballerina, but John Wick spinoff. We need
I
to stop
don't
with the
know.
spinoffs.
Yeah, a lot of spin-offs, but I don't know. I mean, I know John Wick's in it. It's probably gonna be like a 5-second.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's probably a quick like I'm John Wick, and then he just disappears.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I don't need that.
I'm
And then
still
it's
gonna
an
watch
hour
it.
and a half.
It might be a good spinoff.
So Sophie sent me this link. It goes to. It's in Spanish, so this is gonna be fun.
Oh boy. Good thing you took
Puedo
your,
ir al baño, por favor.
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess this is
This is
Got
this is
it.
it. This is it.
the Hilux.
Oh,
Hilux.
Yeah.
It's
I
a-
think
like Peruvian.
God, I wish we could get a Hilux up here.
Yeah.
I'll say that's probably another one.
And actually,
Ooh,
my
we can-
absolute dream vehicle was never
Think we'll
imported
do
to the U.S.
documentary.
either.
No. I ain't giving you my contact information.
Oh, a cellular. I know
The
what that means.
R34 Skyline.
No, you want my address? How
Oh.
about no?
Wish we would have gotten
Yeah.
that in the U.S.
So
No. Well, that's what you sent me.
that no, wrong one, wrong one.
It's I don't know.
This is the one.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, okay, hold on.
Pretty sure we got the Hilux.
Let me check.
Oh well.
Yeah. Chevy, it's in my levy. Your levy?
Don't worry, guys. We only got another.
Well, it's crazy too with
10 minutes of this.
the way vehicles
I don't know.
can legally come to the U.S. is they have to go through our crash testing, and that's why actually the R34 Skyline from Nissan never made it here.
I thought it was emissions.
Andy.
No,
Well,
crazy story if we're gonna get into cars here, but
okay, go ahead.
All right.
Go with your
50.
Skyline quick, and then I'll bring back up that comment.
So the reason we have an R32 Skyline in the U.S. and R33 Skyline is because they were imported from Japan. You got to spend millions of dollars to test these vehicles through crash testing, and those ones passed. So then they were legally allowed to be sold in the U.S. So back in the
Couple weeks.
day, it was so expensive to do those testings that the company that tested the R32 imported R34s, and then they just VIN cut them to make the R34s register as R32s to make it seem like they passed the crash testing. Then the U.S. government caught on to it and banned the R34 from coming to the U.S.
Jeff, can we get a fact check on that?
Yeah.
I need to know real
Believe me, the
answers.
R34 Skyline is my absolute dream car.
R34.
Not
Yeah.
wise words of the Billy.
Yeah. Well, he is the in-house car guy.
Yeah,
So
but
we're gonna pull up.
So now there are a few R34 Skylines in the U.S. because they were
Is that what
legally
you're looking
VINed in the U.S. before
Skyline?
the government caught on to it.
Are you paying attention here?
no, he's too busy. He can't read that far. He can't read.
Yeah, there's a new GTR.
There is. Okay, we'll pull this up.
The new GTRs are also good looking cars.
Oh, impressive.
Oh, build and price.
Tokyo Drift song.
Are we gonna build a GTR?
You have the money.
God no.
Yeah, I got hospital bills I gotta pay, so I got a while. All right. Let's see. Share
Share? Question mark.
the Nissan Skyline, the GTR evolution of a supercar. So is that the one you're?
Is that the new
want?
one?
No, that's an R32 or 33.
Is that a new model though? Because that looks.
no? That's
older.
old.
That's-
That's an
I was gonna
R32
say
or R30. Go on Google and look up a picture of an R34. It's the
Ooh,
one that
that's a new
Brian.
GTR. I like
That's a
that.
new
That's
GTR.
fancy.
Brian drove an R34 in Too Fast, Too Furious before he, like in the beginning cutscenes,
Yep.
that car that he painted gray and then put the blue
The blue stripes and all.
up the
Yeah.
side. Yep, that was
Yeah.
an R34 Skyline.
They're the first
Oh,
one
you
right
don't
there.
say.
Mhm.
That
Prince
one's
Motor Company in '57.
Actually, in the 70s,
Speed
the
Demon.
Skyline was a good looking car too. Right there.
Oh boy.
I like
Looks
them.
like something they still drive in Russia.
Yeah, I was
Them
gonna
things
say, that's like
No, them things wide bodied are good looking.
Pinto.
jalopy.
52 races in its first 3 years of competition. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nissan came out with a banger. This was
Yeah, I
their
guess so.
car right there. That's a 70s two door. That's a good looking car.
Yeah, I'd take that one. Oh boy, more pictures.
A whole
Mhm.
bunch of them.
Oh,
I love how the mirrors
It's
are
like
mounted
a-
to the
like a
fenders.
mini supercar. A
Yeah,
mini-
it is.
Mini muscle car. I love it.
Yeah, kind of.
It's awesome. I don't know. if I can-
Japanimation.
R32.
Obviously, racer. Yeah,
R33.
that's like a street
Mhm.
racer.
R33s are nice.
And R34. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah. Of
Oh,
course, they showed
boy.
like
The
the
race car.
race
Yeah,
car,
yeah, the
not the
street.
actual street ones. Because there was a bunch of packages for them too, like the Nismo package and stuff like
Mhm.
that. They're sharp cars.
That's pretty neat.
I
Have to-
think so, at least. I'm a big American muscle car fan, but I always have my absolute dream car is that
Okay.
R34
I
Skyline.
got a question for both of you because Andy, you've driven one Hilux, and Willie, you tend to be the car guy. Cornboy asks, "Are the Hilux and the Tacoma very different?"
Actually, yeah, surprisingly. I haven't had my hands on a Hilux. However, emissions controls are vastly different in different areas of the world, so they do not have to pass the same emissions controls that American Toyota Tacomas
The
have to.
Hilux I feel is smaller than a Tacoma, and the other thing is, I mean, it's similar.
It would be
Hilux,
because
but I
actually, technically, the Hilux would be the European version. Okay, I don't know about the new ones, but the
Hilux would
older
usually have a
ones,
50 cal in the back.
like in the 90s, the Hilux would have been based off
Bye,
the
Sophie.
Toyota
Bye, Sophie.
T50 body. See you,
But-
Sophie.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't say I've jumped a Tacoma, but I have jumped a Hilux hypothetically
in Minecraft.
in an environment,
in Minecraft.
and it is just small. It's light. It still has get up and go. It can drive in pretty much every environment.
They do. They have
Unkillable.
Kuwait.
again. I don't know about the brand new ones. We saw a picture of them,
Yeah.
but the other ones were still straight axle. They might have had CV joints and independent suspension in the 2000s models, which they probably did. But yeah, they're absolutely durable. It's the same platform. However, the motor is automatically more reliable because it doesn't have the emissions controls
Well,
on it.
and I had a buddy who had a Tacoma in the States, and we drove that around. I'm like, it's fine, but I like the Hilux better. So I mean, really,
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's virtually the same platform, but the reliability on the Hilux is automatically 10 times better just because of the emissions controls.
And that was like
I would like to actually put one on a lift and look at it to see what the biggest differences are.
yeah. Well, thanks to our YouTube sponsorship and all this money we're bringing in.
Yeah, no shit.
Next episode,
We didn't talk about that at all.
yeah, bring it up.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremy Clarkson dropped a building on a Hilux, and it's still
Speaking
right.
of Jeremy
It's just-
Clarkson, season was it 4 of
Four of
Clarkson's Farm?
Clarkson Farm
Starts
Fantastic.
today. Came out today.
Oh, it starts today.
It came out today.
Oh, all right. Well,
I
end
gotta,
the
I gotta
stream.
catch up.
end it.
Yeah,
I
gotta
got shit
catch
to
up
do
on it.
I-
Some summer news from San Diego. What the hell? Hold on.
San Diego.
San Diego. Oh boy.
Was that
Excuse me for a
the?
second.
Was that the?
Yeah. What-
Anchorman?
How do I? Something's going on here.
Well,
There we
for
go.
filler here, I forgot one thing about that R34 Skyline. Fun fact too, it was rated at 250 horsepower, even though it was a twin turbo V6, because Japan back in the day had a limit on what cars could have for horsepower, and it was 250. So Nissan manufactured that car, creating quite a bit more than that, probably in like the 300 to 400 range. But they labeled it as 250 horsepower on the spec sheet so that it was legal.
That makes sense.
So yeah, another fun fact about the Skyline.
That's why we don't follow guidelines.
All right, now that we got
Last
this fixed
story
up,
here. San Diego plane crash kills rock musician and influential music executive. Former Devil Wears Prada drummer Daniel Williams among 6 killed when aircraft crashed in
oh
San
yeah, you sent
Diego.
us this.
I
Oh,
did, yeah.
six. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
anyone
six
that
of them.
knows who the what kind of were they post metalcore,
The
heavy
Christian
metal?
rock.
Christian
Yeah,
heavy
Devil
metal,
Wears Prada is
Christian rock,
technically
and then-
Christian
Devil Wears Prada.
metal.
Well, no, they transitioned when they came out with the zombie EP.
Yeah.
So
But band that I listened to frequently in high school.
yeah,
Very pretty heavy. Actually,
But,
we're gonna go see them this summer.
again, I think the former.
He's
I
a
don't
former
think
drummer.
he's no
and-
longer with them after
yep.
whatever.
But
so many years.
also one of the people was an agent for like a lot of different bands and musicians too. Oh,
Yeah.
that's small. That's small.
I forgot about all of that. Enhance.
Dave Shapiro, music executive in heavy
Enhance.
metal in the rock scene, and drummer Daniel Williams were among those killed in San Diego plane crash.
Is he related to Ben Shapiro?
I was going to ask the
Just
same
don't
thing.
Doubtful, but it kind of
Does
falls
this
in the
tie
line
all
with
in?
Israel.
I would
and
say, does
Jews.
this tie into all our
Jews.
shenanigans going on?
Yeah, we got a major conspiracy theory coming
So
out.
are
here
we
next.
saying Kanye is right?
Crash in a Navy-owned housing. Oh, like a Navy base.
A Navy base.
Yeah, there's the drummer
Did
right
they
there.
jet owned by what's that say
Well,
about that?
It was I thought the
What?
The jet was owned by Motley Crue.
No, this is a
Vince
different
Neil?
one.
That's a different one.
Oh
That's
Yeah.
a different one.
Way to go, ads.
We'll go back to that one in a second.
boy.
Yeah, so
No,
there's the drummer there.
So we got boats crashing, planes
got planes
crashing,
crashing.
world just going to shit,
Was
eh?
it the influencer or was it the drummer who owned the plane? I thought it was the influencer or the.
No, it was the record
Shapiro
label
guy.
owner.
Yeah,
Shapiro,
Shapiro
Dan
guy.
Shapiro, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Ben
Williams
Shapiro,
was the
Dave.
drummer. Shapiro was the I think he's an agent and a record label owner of Big Machine Records. Like, we see.
Sound Talent Group.
Yeah. Shapiro, the pilot's license, is listed the owner of the plane that crashed. According to the FAA, it's among 6 people killed. Wow. 2 employees, music sound talent group confirmed. Wow. That's terrible.
Wow. I only heard it was 2 of them, but now that it's 6.
I just
that's-
know it's 6.
So they
You know what else
crashed
is terrible?
a house.
My goddamn allergies.
We're not talking about that now.
Everybody else is going,
Did they crash
Yeah.
into a house? Did they crash
They
into
crashed
a building?
didn't you just say a Navy base?
Navy, like Navy housing.
Oh, Navy
Oh,
housing.
Yeah,
Navy
Shapiro
housing.
paved the way for the formation of other independent agencies to help many alternative bands find audiences in the mainstream. Which any bands that are probably like heavy metal or newer in the last 10 years, he probably had something to do with it. So this kind of hits in the.
Sum 41. Wow.
No,
Good
he
for
just
him.
credited Shapiro with helping build the rock band
That's
up.
still that, but again, he
Yep,
helped,
he helped Sum
helped
41,
bring him up.
even though Sum 41.
Canada.
Dude, Sum 41
Commies.
back in the heyday was awesome. I was a huge Sum 41.
Nate Blasdell, formerly guitarist, band
Still
I
Have
Set My
Friends on
Friends on Fire.
One hit wonder.
Yes. Dave was the
Shit,
first booking
that-
agent I ever worked with.
That sounds familiar. What song
I
did
Set
they
My Friends
have?
on Fire.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
They did a
Was it a cover?
cover, which was their big
Mm.
hit, but then they came out with like their indie songs, and they weren't that good.
I feel like I
think
heard him on
there's one or
Punk
two
Goes Pop
songs.
or
That
something.
is
Was it
probably what
Soldier Boy?
was.
Crank That Soldier Boy, or was it?
Ooh, or was that Elisana? I can't remember.
Oh my god, I don't remember, but I remember listening to him. Now
Ooh,
we'll be
yeah.
looking for that later.
Yeah. No, it's too bad. That one, it's kind of in the sphere of the music that we listen to, so
It is.
it sucks.
Maybe
Sure
it
does.
might not. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Thunderball says one hit wonders are the best.
Story of your life.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't even have one of those with these two, did you?
He did not.
Still striving for it, but at almost 60, he can't. Well,
Yeah, we did it. Another show. Another episode of.
we gotta find something to bring it up on a high point here because that got a little dark at the end there.
My name is Jeff.
Family,
You guys brought her in there.
friends. Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
something I wanted to talk about, and I forgot about it because we forgot about it, and it popped up. Here we go. Negradol says, "Crank that Soldier Boy and crank that Spider Man." I remember them. Oh man,
Does anybody remember the what was it, Soldier Boy versus Corn?
Oh,
Or
was it
It
Corn?
was Crank That,
there are so many.
or no, that was Coming Undone with it.
Those were the.
Who was that? Who was that one?
Uh,
It was Corn versus
but that was the whole
Not
match.
Soulja
That
Boy.
started the whole
Yeah.
YouTube generation.
yeah,
right
but it
now.
was Crank That.
There were so many. There's Crank
Or-
that Michael Jackson.
Coming Undone with it was a good one,
They got the Barbie Duhas.
and I can't remember. Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah, but
Earth, Wind, and Fire and
With Kiss.
Yeah,
with Kiss, yep.
I like that one. Well, that's newer.
it is newer, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that
We're talking
started
about
a whole
the
it
old
started a
stuff,
whole
yeah.
generation.
Then you have the Travis Barker. So crank that. Yeah.
And you got drum covers, and then you got the guitar covers, vocal covers.
Oh my bad.
He's touching me.
I
don't
mean,
like it.
Would you like me to touch you inappropriate?
Apocalyptica. That's
Ooh,
technically, I mean,
that's
a
getting-
cover.
that's getting
to a
symphonic.
point. Yeah.
That's almost Prague. Where is that Prague?
Whatever happened to Apocalyptica? Because they used to have like a bunch of songs with.
I think they're still touring. They're just not as popular.
I know, but it was always they're like an orchestra band, so they always had a singer or whatever do their music videos with them for vocals, and then they kind of dropped off pretty quick.
Well,
it seemed
again, yeah,
like.
they were like, hey, we only do these.
Well, look at
we play
Coheed
the
and
cello.
Cambria. I mean, they come out with one song every like 10 years.
Yeah, but
something
Coheed and
that.
Cambria
they just came out with a
fucking
whole album.
awesome.
Yeah, but when? Well, they had a new album like 4 or 5 years
no,
ago. But
no,
not-
it was like last year.
was it really?
Yeah, they got a new one.
Oh. Apocalyptica slapped.
Sure
Hell yeah.
did.
Sure did.
It sure did.
Corn Boy, 4 cellos and a drummer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just. Speaking of heavy metal and symphonies, did you have a chance to check out that new Lorna Shore song?
I did. I thought it was too long.
It's 8.5 minutes.
8.5 minutes.
Eight
is
and
too
a half
much.
minutes.
Dude, I
Too
can't.
much.
Bleed out your ears, heavy metal.
I like Will Ramos, but Lorna Shore, I can't do. I can't do
I
8
can.
minutes.
The
ballads.
last
It
album,
was.
Pain Remains 1, 2, and 3.
Well, yeah, Pain Remains are fantastic, but these ones aren't like symphonic or anything.
Not-
There's no like
it's-
tie-in.
Yeah,
It's not like a continuation story. It's just,
it's just one song so far.
yeah.
It's coming out in September.
I mean,
Give me a
New
3 minute
album.
song,
We'll see.
4 minute song. That's it. That's all I want.
but I wasn't getting any guitar solos. No heavy on the drums. But I was looking for the guitar, maybe a little bit of
yeah, the breakdown is
solos.
pretty nasty.
Yeah.
though. I like that part. I don't know how he does that with his voice.
pain
It-
tolerance,
The pain remains.
pain meds. I mean,
Lots of
I
Tylenol.
mean, really.
Yeah, Cornboy said they had good songs with singers of Slipknot, Bush, and 3 Days Grace.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, Slipknot, Corey Taylor. I
Corey
feel like
Taylor.
He's in,
All right.
he's got a lot of stuff going on. Stone Sour.
No, Stone Sour has been on hiatus.
Yeah,
indefinitely.
they've been
Oh,
gone
is
for a
it?
while.
Yep. They've been so basically
Electric
done.
Cowboy,
They had a new song.
former Eskimo cowboy.
Electric Cowboy, new song. I didn't.
I
did you
know.
listen
I
to it
enjoyed
yet?
it. Oh yeah,
Okay,
three
I haven't-
times.
I haven't listened to it
Which
yet.
one's
Three
the new
times.
one?
Reverie. It just came out
Reverie.
today.
Oh, I didn't
It's-
listen to it yet then.
Me neither.
That's for after show party.
Falling
Oh, the
Reverse.
after party.
Falling Reverse is a new song.
Marilyn Manson.
God is a Weapon with Marilyn Manson.
Not a fan.
It's kind of slow.
It is.
I've
It's
never really
more-
been a big fan
yeah.
of Marilyn Manson, to be honest.
I
with
saw
you.
him at Rocky with City.
Yeah,
Were you
so-
there?
yeah.
Yeah. That was actually I liked it.
I think it was way better than I expected.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Manson, he put on a good
He had a
show.
couple. He had that good cover song too. Really?
a lot
Yeah.
of good cover songs actually. If you think about it.
Yeah, actually. Not sure.
Yeah.
You're
Hey,
right.
Cornboy, I love Electric Cowboy's song with Baby Metal.
I enjoyed it.
Yep.
I did.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's older now, but yeah,
Older.
I like,
It's not even a year old
No.
yet.
with
but-
Baby Metal, that's not a year old yet.
I don't think so. I think it came out in
A
August.
couple years. I thought.
No,
It's
No,
been
it's
2
not been a
years.
couple
I'm gonna say
years.
2 years.
I don't think it's that old.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
But in honor of Slipknot,
I spelled that wrong.
I may or may not have Iowa whiskey.
May 23rd, 2000. Holy shit, is that today? Today.
Oh, yeah.
It exactly 1 year ago today. is
Look
when
at that,
Rat-tat-tat-tat
bitch.
Rat-tat-tat came out.
That's
at
a
that.
good one,
Hell yeah. 1 year ago today.
though. I don't know, Hypa or We Got the Moves though is my all-time favorite from
Hypa is that was a summer. Yep.
such a
2020 ballad.
That was here.
Fill
so.
me up too. So Cornboy just said the album with it comes out in 2 weeks. So I didn't see that. I didn't realize it was coming out that quick.
No.
Nergadal says,
Oh.
hell yeah, love Baby Metal. And he's a big fan of Baby Metal.
I tried seeing him 2
Thunderballs,
times.
Baby Metal is awesome.
Tried seeing him 2 times. The only problem is it's not far. I want to say it's not far away, but
Probably
it's
a Wednesday.
It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, some of us
Ice Nine
work.
Kills got one coming up.
Was that Bring Me Horizon and Baby Metal that did Kingslayer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good song too.
Yeah, fantastic.
Josh said, are you drinking tea, Jeff? I assume
is.
from Pinky Up.
It's water.
It's ball tea. I
Water
dip my
and
balls
tea.
in hot water and he's drinking it.
Maybe a hair
It's an
flavor.
Earl Grey with a bit of
Willie had
milk.
well, we got Gray Bush in there. Gray Bush Campbell.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, Grey Bush Campbell soup.
What the hell?
What the shit?
Damn, we never showed up today.
Pissed.
Cornboy is seeing Baby Metal in Dallas in June.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
very nice.
You need to take a trip to
Oh, you know
to
what? I wanted to
Texas.
see I Prevail, and now the vocalist had to leave the band.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Was it Brian? Brian? He
I can't
left.
remember
Yeah,
his
I
name,
Prevail's
yeah.
vocalist left.
No, I totally understand. He was definitely having some health problems.
Yeah,
there,
he
but-
has some health problems. He's got a young family and stuff.
They were
like
on my
that. Can't
bucket
blame him. It's
list,
been 10
yeah.
years. They've been going for 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a
Well,
long time.
that surprised me too. 10 years.
That's what I said. They were on my
Well,
bucket list, and I'm like, I'm gonna go try to see them, and then they're like, oh, I gotta step back. I'm like, shh.
Come with us. We're going in to Green Bay in July.
I know, that's
Parkway
what-
Drive.
yeah, I wanna go see him.
Beartooth.
But he's not.
But he's
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
gonna be
I
there.
did see a video of their guitarist covering vocals.
not
He's
bad.
not bad.
Oh, the guitarist Dylan. He's good.
No.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
got a
they're
good
not
voice.
bad
That's
at
like
all.
was it Crown the Empire? They had their cover or guitarist covering bassist. One of them.
Yeah, they had their bassist. No, not bassist. They had their
I
guitarist
thought it was a guitarist.
covering not lead vocals, but
oh
the
my God,
screams.
Brandon Hoover.
Yeah.
Brandon Hoover does screaming all along.
It wasn't
with,
bad.
No, I like him.
Yeah.
he's
It's
working
just-
at it more and more. They haven't had anything new in a while.
Well,
but-
just like when the original Screamer left Ice Nine Kills too, was it their bassist that took over the screams?
well, the
there
original
for a while?
Screamer's still in it.
Yeah.
Well,
But
he
no,
went to
everybody
go-
does.
the
No, everybody
guitarist. No, he was a
Oh,
guitarist.
I was gonna
He
say
was-
he was the
guitarist.
guitarist.
Yeah.
I know the lead guitarist was the,
and now
Justin
he's producing.
Black. Justin.
and then who else did he go scream for though?
No, he no.
No, their
he
bass player
produced-
left and went for Motionless in White.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But their secondary vocalist, he is
Went
now
to
a
produce.
producer.
But no, they had their lead guitarist who also was
Yeah,
doing
that
the
was
scream
the
in the
producer.
background.
He's producing now.
Yeah,
He
but
left
he-
and he's producer. He doesn't do anything else.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
he's
what I was gonna say
producer.
because he wasn't screaming anymore.
No, he produces. Music of the music variety.
Man, we could spend an hour just talking about music,
Yeah,
but I
no,
think
I
we
know.
we
Yeah.
gotta hang her up there at an hour and 12 minutes.
Well, we did it. We survived a slow news week.
Unfortunately,
Yeah. Maybe we should just stop talking about news stories and just start talking about whatever.
yeah, don't
No, well, we need the news to fill in or whatever.
Good point.
Well,
Either
it
way.
depends. If you haven't noticed, when we get on a topic that we actually all like, we can
Yeah,
talk
we'll
for
talk about
days.
it. But
It's not interesting to
everyone
anybody
else
else,
likes it.
though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
did you guys just another dirty Youper? Did you guys call each other at 5:30 agree on hats? I'm only asking because I never got the memo when I was on.
I didn't even notice that we were all wearing the UP hats.
Well, you guys are always wearing your same hats because it's
Yeah.
your old camp, homos. Mine, I
Full
just grabbed it
flavor.
off the shelf.
Full flavor. All right. Well, it is.
Thunderball says, "Shut this shit down." How about you go fuck yourself? All right, what do we
Yeah.
think?
The special could be in your garage next week. Vote now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
let's just haul all the
Where should our
equipment
next location be? Because Andy is leaving here.
Get going.
He's leaving this place. Our studio that we just set up is.
It's all the YouTube money.
on the outs.
We're upgrading. Upgrades, people.
So-
Upgrades.
we need to find a new studio, so we're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Well, we could,
Yeah. check out Willie's OnlyFans.
Yeah, only dads.
if you want to see a dirty butthole, check out my OnlyFans.
Yeah, it was too far.
Only mustaches.
Yep, only mustaches. Rides for $5.
All right.
Don't pay me that. You
Canceled.
also have to fist fight my wife.
Canceled. Shut down.
I think she'll sell you.
Yeah.
She'd make me lower my price.
All right. Well, I keep forgetting you have a soundboard. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us again on another episode of Drink Up. The probably one of the most extremely well organized podcasts and shows on your Friday evening.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're real good at planning.
No last minute stuff here. All
Yeah, we're definitely here every
Pre-organized.
week.
pre-planned.
Every now and then we'll have a in studio guest. Eventually, we're gonna start doing through StreamYard's guests when we get long enough headphone cables.
Just small names, only the multimillionaires, billionaires, maybe.
Yeah, Joe Rogan said he wanted to be on.
Multi-hundredaires.
Joe Rogan texted me personally saying that he'd love to be on our podcast.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Set it
Yeah.
up. Set it up.
Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't
Well,
want us to blow up too much. Too
The
fast.
other thing is we need a
You don't want to feel like
Yeah,
you're
no,
taking advantage
we
of
got to
it.
be
Yeah.
humble. We got to be small first. All right, we
gotta
can't just blow up.
All right,
instantly.
hey,
the
hey,
studio
let's
set up.
stick them up, boys. Here's to another shitty week. Here's to the
Here's us. Here's to
here's to
you.
the chat. Here's to the lurkers. And on that note, bye bye.
What's up, y'all? I'm the last man on earth. Shit's all good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.